Boxing King Media, powered by BYD and brought to you by the Riyadh season. Hamzah Sheeraz, we're out here in Manchester.
Yeah.
You're on your way to Old Trafford.
Yeah.
I didn't know you was a football fan.
Yeah, man, I'm a football fan. I'm actually an Arsenal fan, but we're here flying to Dubai tonight. So I thought, what better to do than to go watch the Man United and Tottenham game in the box? So yeah, man, it should be a good little experience.
I always ask, how's, when I speak to you after a fight, how have the days been since the fight? What kind of stuff you got up to? And you must have had more new friends, more new family members and all that kind of stuff.
Do you know what it is? You say that, but I keep my circle very tight and very concentrated as well. But it's been all right, man. It's just like it's done now, and now on to the next. Done what I had to do. I know before the fight, everyone was umming and ahhing. It could cause an upset, this, that, the other, but it's nothing I haven't heard before. And I said before the fight, like I was 100% confident in my ability to do what I done, and I set out to do exactly that, and I done it.
You did, like, rather than talking about boxing, I just talked about a couple of different things, just for people to get to know a different side to you. Yeah. I was thinking about you, like, you're quite, you come across as like a person who's quite suave. That's, I mean, you kind of, you try and be, you're always in the same lane, but how do we kind of crack that shell? There's like, I feel like there's an eggshell around you. How does somebody crack that?
I have no clue, bro. I have no clue. I suppose, you know what it is? It's a perspective, isn't it? It's like what you said. I put on the image that I'm suave and I wear suits and watches, you name it, this, that, the other. But at the end of the day, bro, I'm just your local lad from East London. Do you know what I mean? Your local lad from East London. I'm the same as everyone else. Like, I will never, ever think I'm bigger than anyone else, or I never look down on anyone, because listen, I've come from nothing and I know exactly what it's like to be there. So if you strip everything away, strip the title, professional boxer, strip the title, strip everything, I promise, I'm just a normal South Asian Pakistani kid from East London, bro.
You are. See, I feel like I slightly cracked you there. One of the other things I was thinking was like, are you 24 now?
25.
25, yeah. So you're at that age, you're a young man, and you don't have to be shy talking about it, but you're gonna have like ladies sliding into your DMs. I've had people that I know, friends saying, "Oh, is he single? Is he married?" You're going to be getting a lot of that. So people might want to know what is the situation with you. Is that something you're considering right now?
Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. I know you heard the old cliche, I'm concentrating on my boxing, but in all honesty, I am, because I feel like before I even consider getting married and having a spouse and having a family, I need to look after my own first, my people who have looked after me, and be in the correct financial position to do so as well. And I'm thinking with this and nothing else for now.
And obviously you're a young man, and anybody will find it normal. How do you deal with kind of staying away from that kind of stuff?
I think staying busy is one of them. Staying connected to God, not just praying, but knowing what you're praying as well. There's a massive difference. Like, you ask people nowadays, "Oh, how do you stay in touch with?" "Oh, I pray 5 times a day." If you ask them, "What do you pray?" they have no clue what they're praying, bro. So knowing what you're praying is a massive, like, I've started to do that recently, and it's big, like, the whole perception of prayer and what you're praying, you have a deeper connection. That's one of them. Yeah, staying busy, always having a goal, always having a target in mind, because if you set yourself a little short, obviously you have long-term targets, winning world titles, winning multiple weights, etc., but prior to that you need short-term goals, and once you start hitting them short-term goals, you get that feeling of like a sense of achievement, and the more regular you get that, before you know it, you've achieved your first long-term goal, and that kind of keeps you focused and keeps you sane to not worry about anything else or get distracted by anything else.
When that time does come, I promise this is the last question on your relationship status. What does Hamzah Sheeraz, because you must be thinking about this, because you'd be crazy if you're not. When the time comes, what does Hamzah Sheeraz look for in the perfect life partner?
I think it all comes down to having someone who's honest, righteous, pious. That's kind of the generic answer you'd get. But you know what? It's not. I've never really actually sat down and thought about it. But like in an ideal world, what I just said.
And also, I don't see you show your emotions very much. You're always kind of straight line. Got a bit of a mad question for you. When's the last time you cried?
I watched a movie in camp about a dog For real. It was myself, my physio, my chef, and we was on the sofa, and I told him before, I go, yo, it's an emotional film about a dog. Anything about animals, bro, it gets me. It gets me. But yeah, I'm not really an emotional person. I don't know why that is, for whatever reason, but when it comes to animals, bro, that's my soft spot.
No way, so you actually cried.
Yeah, bro. I was like, I watched the movie twice. The first time I watched it, I was on a plane to Dubai, and I was like, oh, here we go. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And then I was like bawling my eyes out.
No way.
And then the air stewardess come over. She goes, "Are you alright?" And I was like, "Bro, just leave me alone, man." But no, it's normal.
That's mad. I wasn't expecting you to say that. But also the other factor, obviously you're on a really good run at the minute. You're winning your fights. You're doing everything right. But you will have seen it with the other big superstars and the guy that you look up to, Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
You've seen how he was a big favorite in the Dubois fight. He obviously got stopped, and you've seen how public perceptions changed on him. Like, people are now saying he needs to retire, all that kind of stuff. Talks come out again. Are you scared of that kind of thing ever happening to you? Is that always back of your mind?
It's kind of happened already, when with the Bradley Skeet fight, kind of all that's happened. But then I suppose what you got to understand is it's the game. We're in it. I chose to be in this sport. So with all the success comes these things. And you just got to learn to deal with it. And I know it's easier said than done. Like 100%, it's easier said than done. But at the end of the day, if you look at someone like the likes of Joshua, people only remember him now for his bad times, but they're forgetting the time when he backed out 90,000 when he won the world titles against Klitschko. So it's tit for tat, really. And like I said, it is the game, and you just got to remember what you're in, do what you got to do, help as many people as I can help, use my platform to do so, and then get out.
And obviously you're in that position now mainly because of Riyadh season. Turki Al Sheikh's coming to boxing, and you've become one of his favorites. And when you watch Turkey ringside, you'll see that there's certain fighters that are fighting and you'll see him jumping up and down, and some fighters he doesn't react at all. You're the guy whenever you get a knockout or something's happening, he's like bouncing around like he's your number one fan.
No, listen, he's made me an ambassador for a reason, and I've said it 100 times. The only way I can repay him and do that justice is by getting these wins, being a role model for the youngsters out there, and just doing my utmost and absolute best inside the ring and outside the ring as well. But yeah, listen, he's changed the dynamics of the game, man. You ask every boxer to say the same thing, but he honestly has. And not just for the successful boxers who want to go for world titles. Like an example would be my opponent, Tyler Denny. Like, he got life-changing money for that fight against me, and so he should. He deserved it. And now, going into his however many fights he's going to have or whatever, he can he'd be comfortable, bro. So yeah, just a massive well done to him, and a huge thank you to His Excellency Turkey for allowing both ends of the spectrum to get a bit of the pie.
You must have spent a bit of time with Turkey behind the scenes, off camera, in his hotel rooms, etc. Share something about him as a person and as a character, because I always hear good things. So I don't know if you can share something personal.
Yeah, no, he's a great guy, man. He's a great guy. He always gives me good advice as well. Always tell me, listen, just concentrate, worry about your boxing, worry about your boxing, worry about your boxing. And if it's coming from someone like him, man, I'd be a fool to do otherwise. So yeah, like I said, I'm just doing what I got to do, and hopefully one day, inshallah, I'll become a big name.
Yep, I understand you've just signed and extended your contract with Frank Warren.
Yep.
Obviously, big decision, because I'm guessing at that point, the position you're in, every single promoter in the country is going to be gunning for you. So did you speak to other promoters as well, or was Frank always your number one choice?
Frank was one. A huge thank you to my advisors, Adil and Spencer Brown. Listen, them just made it easy for me. They told me, listen, you worry about camp and leave the rest to us. Obviously, they got my advice on what I wanted to do and who I wanted to go with. And in the end, the final decision was with Frank Warren, the man who gave me the opportunity, like I said, when no one did. So it was.
You could make it up.
Damn, look, it's ringing now. Look, Spencer's ringing him now. As soon as I mentioned his name.
Spence, it's a small world, because I'm just speaking to Hamzah Sheeraz, and we was actually just talking about you. You're on just to let you know, you're on camera before you say anything you don't want to say. I was just talking about you. You're just talking about the fact that you advised him to obviously stay with Frank and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we did. And Hamzah's a great lad. I mean, he's got everything, that kid. He's polite. He can fight.
Wasn't expecting
good business head on his shoulders. You won't really wish to meet a nicer kid. He's got the lot. He is the full package. And there's a few kids in Britain who are the future of boxing, and he is most definitely up there with them. He's one of them. he is the future.
Would have been great. Would have been great to do this in person, but he's just announced that you've signed him as one of your fighters. Obviously, you got Tyson Fury, and
What a privilege! What a privilege to sign him. I mean, if you went round to any promoter, manager, whatever you want to call them around the country, and he would probably be on everybody's wish list, not just in England, in the world, because he's that nice a guy. I love being in his company. I have a good laugh with him. We have a good laugh. But when it's time to do business, it's time to do business. Exactly. And you saw how good he was at the weekend. I mean, well, you can say what you want. He's no bum. That kid he fought is no bum. He's a very, very good fighter. He's a European champion. Well, was a European champion. Tyler Denny is as tough as they come. And, with that ramrod jab that he's got, it's frightening, mate. It's frightening.
It is.
We've got another Tommy Earns, but I think, obviously he can't stay at the weight forever. He just can't. He's too big a lad. But it's frightening to watch. He's frightening to watch. And I tell you what I do love about him. He's so up for the game. He leads nothing to fruition. He's got a great team around him. It's very important to have a great team, and he's got that around him. And long may it last. But he's going all the way, that kid.
Last question for you, Spence, before I let you go. He now joins your stable alongside Tyson Fury. Can fans expect more signings from Gold Star?
Yeah, we've got a few more signings that we've got. But I've got to be perfectly honest. We've got some really good signings actually. But our main two boys are there. Tyson Fury and Hamzah Sheeraz. We're really concentrating on the moment, especially Tyson on his next fight. And Hamzah will be fighting after Christmas. I don't know if he's told you that. Probably not. I don't know if I should have said that. It got me a funny moment.
Yeah.
He'll be fighting again. We think. If you speak to Frank and Eddie, it's that they need to secure the world title. I think that he will be fighting for a world title in his next fight. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he?
Yep, Spencer, I wasn't expecting a call, but thank you very much for that. Perfect timing. You'll see it back on the interview that we was just talking about. Yeah, and you rang.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
Hams is all right. You all right, Hams?
All good, Spence. All good, Spence. I'll catch up with you in a bit.
Thank you, Spence. Thank you.
Right.
I wasn't expecting that. I told you.
It's meant to be, bro. Meant to be. But listen, words like that from someone who's in the game, and he's not a has-been. He's there now. He's at the top now. Do you know what I mean? So just honoured, man. Honoured to be a part of his team. Honoured to be advised by him and Adil. And yeah, man, we're gonna get to the top, inshallah.
Quick word of advice. I know you mentioned Adil there. I know fighters talk about this a lot. When you get to the top, you need to have the right people around you to kind of manage your finances, your decision making. How key is it to pick the right people you can trust? And obviously, you've chosen Adil.
Massively, bro. Listen, I've been stung a few times, like very badly as well. And like I said, it's part of the game. But then, very, very rarely, you get these certain individuals that come along that are like guardian angels, and Adil is one of them guys. How successful he is in his business, what he's done, speaks for itself, and he can't come to me and possibly gain anything from me. So we built a relationship up like 3 years it's been now, and it was just like as friends. And then I said, he come on board, and I said, listen, I can help you. And then I asked him, like, why do you want to help? And he goes, it gets to a point in your life where seeing other people's success is greater than your own. And that's where he is now. Do you know what I mean? And I'm that lucky individual who I get along with him very well. And like I said, we're on the right journey. And like I said, there's a lot of goals to achieve, and inshallah we'll do so.
You don't have to answer this, and this is why Boxing King Media feel like we stand out. I'm going to ask you. You said you've been stung. You don't have to answer the question, but I've got to ask you. When you say you've been stung, is there anything you can elaborate on?
I can't really elaborate too much, but one bit of advice I'd give out to the younger fighters out there who are coming up and who are at a stage where they know they've got the potential to be something is you're going to get a lot of people come to you and offer you contracts and investors, not so much sponsorship, but investors. And if you hear the word investors, run. Don't sign that contract, run. That'd be my advice to them young fighters coming through.
hopefully people can take that. I understand you're going to Pakistan soon as well.
Yeah.
When's the last time you went, and what's the plans when you go there?
Never been, bro.
Never been.
Never been. So this is my first time.
Where in Pakistan are you from?
Bindi sides, bro. Yeah, right, Bindi sides. But I've never been. No, I've been wanting to go. Now the time's right to go. The support base out there is great, and we're trying to expand on that and sit down with the government over there as well and see what we can do, bro.
What's the lingo like? Have you practiced the lingo?
But I think anyone watching this interview is smart enough to understand that I can't really speak it. Otherwise, you would have heard me speak it on all these Pakistani channels and whatnot. But yeah, listen, English is all right and it does a job.
It does. You was at a concert yesterday. I forgot his name. What was his name? You can know any of his tunes? Can you?
No, I understand it. I understand it, all of it. You can chat to me and I'll speak to you back in English. But yeah, what a great concert, man. It's the second one I've been to of his. Huge fan of him. Huge fan of how he conducts himself, how he carries himself. And he's a bit different at concerts as well, man. He's an advocate for the younger generation as well. He always gives the youngsters an opportunity and whatnot. So someone who I could definitely potentially learn off in the future and hopefully meet him one day as well.
Hamzah, always a pleasure. I know you got to get to the game, so I wish you all the best, man. I'll catch you soon.
Very much, yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you.